But getting back to my point about reading, you know, you sit down, you read, you remember things that are more either resonate with you personally, or I gotta concentrate here for a second. Die there. Or you're trying to make a point of some, you know, some kind. You're thinking about, you know, good an example. You know what I mean? What does this particular writer feel about? Yes. What does this writer feel about? I don't know. Individualism versus, you know, say, you know, our part that we play in society. You know, are we part of a giant machine? Or are we more of our own main characters? Sort of bullshit. American exceptionalism and all that fun jazz. You know, and you sort of try to read stuff. A lot of people read stuff that sort of reinforce their beliefs about whatever. You know. And I feel like in some ways there's truth and lies and everything. At least for me anyways. You know, I mean, as I've talked about before, you know, you have situations where, you know, whether it be a person or a country or whatever, trying to prove, you know, that they're, you know, bigger than they are, they're stronger, they're more successful than they are, and, you know, because society's either said that they're weak or small or whatever, or, you know, their daddy didn't pay attention to them, whatever their fucking hang-ups of this world are, you know. But in any case, you know, you learn to entertain yourself, or you read to entertain yourself, you read to learn, you read because, you know, it stimulates your brain, whatever. And I just feel like in a lot of cases we've sort of gotten away from that. Instead of sitting around reading the newspaper, reading an article, and figuring out in our brain, is this matter to me? How does this matter to me? What's important? What's not important? We just go on TV, we go online, we let those people tell you what they think about it, and we just incorporate their thoughts into ours. You know, that's great. You know, I get it. You know, maybe, you know, you're not interested in science. You know, you're sort of reliant on, say, a doctor to make a diagnosis because, you know, there's so much information out there, and, you know, they went to school to study that, so they tend to be more of an expert on that, and they're going to try to, at the end of the day, that's your choice. You know, doctor says, hey, you know, you really should take this medicine. You say, no, fuck you, medicine's going to kill me. Okay, great. You know, maybe your body does what it's supposed to do, fights off the virus, you live, great. If you don't, you die. You know, that's your choice. You know, but I don't know. This concept of, well, you gotta tell me what I'm supposed to think politically, economically, socially, just, I think it's horse shit. You know, I get it. Someone tells you, well, you know, houses are great investments. Stocks are great investment. Everything's got risks in it. You got to be able to be willing to take a risk in life. You know, sit on the sidelines. You know, you're not gonna. Your money in your mattress is not gonna make you anything. Money in the stock market makes you stuff, but it's at risk of losing it. So, you know, you want to play this. You want to try to be as smart as you can with that money, as smart as you can with your, you know, your vote, your political opinion, what have you. You know. Try to vote for stuff that you believe in, even though you're sort of stuck between. Are you pro or anti-scub? You pro scub or anti-scub? You know? Well, I'm pro scub because of, I don't know. I'm anti-scub because that guy's pro-scub. Okay, that's a great reason for being against something, because that person's for it. Great reason. I think the only time that I would agree with that sentiment would be if someone essentially has proven to me through their thoughts and actions that they are untrustworthy and their opinion should be regarded as dog shit. Because either they're a known habitual liar, and even when they tell the truth, it's not really the truth. It's just sort of what they're playing at right now. Or that's good. Yeah, that one's not good. This one. You know, you might not like, for instance, you might not buy into the concept of religion. Okay, great. You might read through the book of the Bible and go, well, there are some things I agree with, there's some things I don't agree with. You might be one of those people that go, well, you know, the Bible's written by God, you know, I gotta follow every fucking word that comes out of it, okay? I don't know what to tell you about that. It's, you know, unless for some reason you've decided that your interpretation of Christianity means that, you know, everybody should die that doesn't believe what you believe, then, you know. Because that's again, you do that. Okay, well, we're gonna move the word Christianity and we're gonna replace that word with, this is a very common thing right now going around. Replace the word, you know, Christian nationalism. Replace the word Christian with the word Muslim. You know, a word that because of 9/11 people aren't very comfortable with Muslim extremists. You know, so you know, the whole concept of the religion is basically taken on this connotation of, well, it's just for radical people that have this radical interpretation of a religion that may or may not be something that anyone should agree with or anyone should follow, depending on how you know, how much time you're willing to give to the argument of other religions other than mine are valid, can be valid. And that's where a lot of arguments break down, where they go, well, I believe the United States should be a Christian nationalist nation. Okay, great. That's your opinion. But if I replace it with Muslim nationalist, or, you know, a situation, whatever they call that, state that believes in Sharia law, you know, now we're starting to get away from, you know, this, starting to get more into that territory of separation of church and state that, you know, people often refer to as, you know, a principle the founding fathers, you know, either created the principle, or they felt that, well, the state shouldn't be allowed to interfere with what religion says, or religion shouldn't be able to interfere with the state says or does. You know, I mean, that I don't care to get into that debate. Because at the prevailing thought at the time was, hey, you know, the Pilgrims, you know, the Puritans, they left England because they had sort of radical views on the way they should worship. And at the same time, there was a lot of shit going on in Europe where if you were in a Catholic nation, you weren't Catholic, then we're gonna string you up and kill you. Maybe not literally, maybe literally, I don't know. I mean, I know there's different levels of that depending on what part of Europe we're talking about. And I think in a lot of cases, separation church-state very much fell into that category where it was like, well, we don't want to tell people that, you know, their version, their Puritan version of Christianity is wrong. And we don't want necessarily, you know, I don't know, a Presbyterian or a Catholic or a member, you know, of the Church of England to come in and basically say, well, this is the only valid form of religion in this country. You know, both dictating what religion you can worship. At the same time, I think they saw what the Puritans did and the crazy shit that they did prior to the founding of the nation, and sort of said, yeah, I don't think we should be able to point at people, call them witches, and then kill them. That seems a little dumb. Or that our entire law should be based around, you know, what your interpretation of a, you know, we need to have laws that, you know, stand a little bit longer than not at all. You know, between Jimmy's interpretation of the Bible and your interpretation of the Bible. And at the same time, there is, you know, stuff like the Ten Commandments where you say, hey, no murdering, that's a bad thing. No stealing, that's also a bad thing. That we can all kind of get behind. Like, yeah, you know, I don't, if I have, you know, $100 in my bank account and you steal from me, that kind of sucks. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, you'd be mad as well. So, sort of this social contract stuff I occasionally talk about where, you know, we all agree to abide by the same rules, we should all be good, but, you know, some people are better at arguing, you know, well, this is not how it should be, than others. So, if you don't have a lot of money, you probably go to jail. If you have a ton of money, you probably find a way to either get a reduced sentence or not actually get convicted at all. So, could be equal under the law, but, you know, that's, you know, how good's your lawyer is sort of a phrase that goes around a lot. I got a really good lawyer, sort of line. Hey, Skelly man, what are you up to? Hanging out, I guess. Gotcha. You got that fun diddly shield I hate. Luckily yours goes away after not one of those rechargeable shields that I hate even more. Force. Can't hurt me, I've got a force field. You have to hit me 7 times before my force field goes down. And if you don't hit me again in 5 seconds, my force field goes back up. Nice. Take 400 damage. HP goes up by 100. I think it's a fair trade, particularly when I can remake my health. Not a fair trade when you don't, you know. Sort of the trade-off. You know, you can, obviously, if you can't get a health drop, no point in depleting your a limited HP pool. Same time, if you're able to rebound that HP, then, you know, it's free money. And you spend $50, they're going to give you $10 more in free cash. It's spend $50, that's $10 free dollars. If you spend twice as much, they give you $25. I mean, they're practically paying you at that point. Right? I mean, don't do the math on it or anything, you know, you obviously figure out that You got a slightly higher free money bonus at $100, but they still have your $100 at that point. Which is more than the $50 that they may have taken previously. I do like that they weave in some of the powered up guys into the regular playthrough. It's not just a matter of, well, you're gonna run into some guys, you're gonna run into guys that are roughly the correct level, and then they're gonna be some lieutenant guys. I don't know exactly how to describe them. They're a little more powerful, but they're not hidden necessarily in a room per se, for you to then decide, do I want to die? Do I not want to die? Probably gonna die. So we're gonna continue along with this boxer until either I die or I decide that it's time to fight the boss. I don't have quite the coin bonus that I do before, so this isn't going to be nearly as lucrative, but I think we can probably get to about 25,000 or so if we play our cards right. Also, it sort of depends on how far up the sun tower we can get. Also, obviously money drops help as well. If I don't run into any treasure chests, we're not going to get very far. We're not going to get very close is what I should say. Lose no health. Well, this is the thing that I can't do. I can't not lose health. So... Oreo. That's the name of that character, Oreo. Go down, we can go up. We can transport ourselves over to the sun tower. A little bit left in the original area as well, I guess. Good job. 2 more to go. Alright, we did it. We're so good at this. Eventually, I think I'm going to trade up some of my steel and blood to make some life gems. That would be good if I could get back to full health. Or the no spike things would be also very good, but I'm not sure I'm going to run into spikes anymore. Still over 100% resolve, so even if I don't get it, I'll be okay. Be peeking at my map here from time to time to make sure that I've cleared out the area. Which looks like I pretty much did that. So we can go either back up into the Stygian study or go into the Sun Tower. Expensive. That's a fakie. That's faker. That guy came out of nowhere. Not sure why I cared about killing that guy, but whatever. Ask myself that question a lot. Why do I care about these certain guys that I keep trying to kill? Nope, none of that. Big treasure. Good job. Yeah, I think we did the study up pretty good. We could probably leave here now. Or we could finish exploring it. Either way. Remember, they're all bops. Every last one of them. If I take the one on the left, it'll be better for me, I think. Kim said, hey, do you want to catch up? Nah. That was unexpected. Legitimately unexpected? Oh, well, maybe not. Nope. Not happening with this character anyways. I'm sure the challenge is there other than you don't have any sort of a ranged weapon or something. I don't even know if that's that big of a space to be concerned at all. I just missed that, I guess. Kinda odd, I know. Alright, let's go. Sun Tower it is. But first, wink. Yeah, never mind, we're taking on the boss. Yes. Again, we have another bop. Not a boss. That was a bad move. It's so much harder to deal with. That'll work. Lucky I got through there. Good. And not enough health there. And that's a good one. An excellent one. Extra damage. Protection. Boop boop. Yeah. Magic. We can go magic. We can go defense. I don't know what Drowned Helm gives me. I may have to search for the remainder of the Drowned weapons to see what they give me. Right now, Adamantium is the best of them all. I don't need intelligence. So like I said, I need to figure out maybe what that does and then make a decision if it's worth going for the Drowned equipment right now. Shit.